Good morning. Thank you for joining me. My name is Chris Capper and we are at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We're right off of I-25 between exits 235 and 240, and I'm so happy to present this brand new vehicle. This is a 2024 Newmar Superstar 4065. If you are wanting to get your family out to the beaches of Florida or the Gulf Shores of Alabama or Lake Havasu or in the beautiful snow-capped Rocky Mountains right behind me, this is the coach for you. If you want to get your family to the racetracks, this is the coach for you. And why is that? This is built on the M2 Freightliner M2 106 Plus chassis. Now, there's different types of Cummins engines that you can see that has 360 horsepower, but this is the 8.9 liter version that has 1,150 foot-pounds of torque and 20,000 pounds tow capacity. So you can tow a stacker trailer behind this with your race car in it, the tools you need, hook it up to the 30 amp option we have in the back here, and get down there and get racing, because that season's starting, right? Speaking of season starting, we have a pretty warm, a much warmer day than normal. The bunk houses are going to be going really quick, and what is so beautiful about this particular one, this has that BASF Masterpiece paint finish that you're so used to with the Newmars. This is the Bolton graphics, and this blue is just gorgeous. I love blue. Absolutely, this is very, very beautiful, and you'll notice that this is on a flush mount slide, so this is going to go all the way in and be nice and flush to the coach itself. That's going to make for less wind and wind noise, water noise if it's raining. Just going to make for a better driving experience for you and your family. And so on these doors right here, I've got nice big storage areas. Now on this front bay right here, you'll notice I have a little piece back there and a switch. If I need to air up this coach, let's say I just want to get those seats up in the front so I can turn them around and be part of the family, or I just want to pump something up, I can do that right there. So I have the auxiliary air piece here, and then just over here I've got the 50 feet of air hoses that can connect to that, so you can air up your tires, footballs, or whatever it is that you and your family want to do. Now this is also, not only do we have the new Freightliner M2 106 Plus chassis, there's a lot of changes that happen in 23 and 24 so with Newmar. So these doors are a lot easier to shut than they used to be because they got the newer gaskets. And then coming, let's just look straight up. I have the Carefree awning package right here, so I've already set these down. I think they look pretty amazing, and having that extra piece that holds it gives you a little bit better survivability in mild to lower moderate wind conditions. But right above me are these Girard Nova 2 awnings. These are best in class awnings. If you notice right here, first that stitching is going straight up and down, so it's going to let that water come off. But I have this nice angled camber right here, and then I have that pole going down the middle. Now I've seen the wind catch this at 25 to 35 miles per hour, wrap these over the coach, and they still go back in. I have never seen anything like that in my 10 years of RVing experience. So if I'm ordering an RV or I'm buying an RV, these are the exact awnings that I want. So speaking of buying RVs, Newmar's been in the business since 1968. And the way they build these, like this wall is not laminated like just about every other coach out there on the market. So it cannot delaminate. This is built 16 on center. It's got 2 forms of insulation in almost every single part of it. There's not a window or a door. There's at least 1, if not 2 pieces of insulation. Now look at this huge storage area. So first I've got this Dometic CFX refrigerator freezer on a slide out tray, and makes it very easy to access what you need to access, and then have a easy lift out. So if I have a 6-pack of beer in there, I can easily pick that up and distribute it to my boys and pop that back in there. Maybe you just want some wine or some meat or whatever it is. So here I can also, you can have your camp chairs or whatever it is you want down here. So everything's very easy to store. And I've got 12 volt and 110 power over there. So 12 volts currently occupied by that Dometic freezer. Now, if we're at the races, not everybody's in that car. So why not watch that on this Samsung high def 4K, not high def, 4K TV, ultra high definition with a Bose soundbar, so you can see and hear what you're looking at. Maybe it's game day and you're watching your favorite college football team or NFL team, or you're watching dad drive at the races. This is the TV that's going to let you do it. You got the nice awnings over top of you. I can also hook this from my TV to my dash radio, which is Sirius XM compatible. We got that upgrade for you. You can also Bluetooth directly into that. And then right behind here, I have a 150-gallon fresh water tank. Now, what's really cool about this is that we have the heated 110 volt. So they're not those little cheesy 12 volt ones. These are 110 volt heated tanks. So 150-gallon fresh, 60-gallon gray, 40-gallon sewer. So really cool. Coming here, you'll notice I've got a little parking light. I've got another one's over here, so it's going to make it at nighttime easy to pull into where you want to go. So big old Michelin tires. So I've got 295 30R, 22 and a half. Here, this is a 24,000 pound axle. So massive axles on this right here, 345 inch wheelbase, 17,200 pound axle on the front. But that big axle gives you the capability of A, you're going to have a better riding experience, and B, that's what's going to get you that 2,000 pound vertical weight on the hitch we're getting ready to talk about, and that 20,000 pound horizontal weight. So here I have a 2/3 pull out tray. So this pulls out, and pretty cool. So under the rails, I've got a little like pass through here, and then I have some extra porcelain tiles. I also have all of my equipment to hook into my road vac right here, and that's a central vacuum system, so I can clean anything that's down in any of these bays, because the cord will stretch, and I can also clean anything from the front to the rear of the coach. Another little pass-through area right here. And then you'll notice right underneath that, as we're walking around, there's my rock guard. Pop in this. Guess what? Who does that? I don't know. Newmar does. Here I can put in fluids. Probably put your liquor in there, but I don't really suggest that. It's probably not going to last too well. But you put your fluids in there. You can also get a table or other storage in that. It goes back pretty deep. And then nice little lit area right here. Now when I shut this, and I've got these 2 heavy-duty pneumatic struts, so it does take a little bit of force to do that. We don't want that shutting on your head, right? But you can see where I have all these docking lights. So I've got 4 back here, and I've got 1 on each side right in front of those that rear axle. Now looking down here, this is my 20,000 pound. I got a 3-inch sleeve with a 2-inch reducer. This is going to be my 7-way connector, and then also this right here is going to connect to any extra video. So you could have 2 cameras, 1 inside your trailer, 1 outside your trailer, however you really want to configure it. We're Transwest truck trailer RV, so the trailer part, we have horse trailers. I have one of our customers is towing horse trailer behind them, and they have one into where they're looking at their horses, making sure they're okay, and then one obviously behind the trailer. Now looking straight up here, you'll notice I've got this beautiful chrome pieces right here, and up there you can really see that blue coming out, looking beautiful in the partial sun that we have. Now I've got 2 cameras. If you notice, I've got this camera right here, and I have the camera up there. That camera's on a nice fin. It's just scooping that air right back here. Looks really nice. But what that gives me is 360 degree around the entire coach. I can also focus right down when I'm backing up to that hitch that I need to. Maybe you want to go to Lake Havasu and you want to go boating. Well, you can hook up that big old ski boat to this right here and just get it right in there. So really nice. These are all going to be LED brake lights, marker lights up there, so everybody from afar can see where you're going. Since we're already looking up, you can see that is my dryer vent. So I do have a stackable washer and dryer in there. It's really important to make sure that that is vented outside the coach if you want to make your drying quick and easy. So right here, you'll notice I have that other side of that pass through, and this is going to be my 30 amp right here. So, and if you notice, you can actually run that down right here. It goes into that piece, so you can still shut this door and providing power, whether that's through hook it up to a campsite or whether that's through the 8K generator that we're going to look at shortly. The other side of that pass-through is right here. And you'll see why we didn't run a full pass-through tray, because it's going to get kind of like topped off by that rail. So this right here, you can easily access anything that you need. And you'll notice that all this right here is nicely insulated flooring right here. Most insulation of any other brand out there in the industry. So another thing I want to mention on these tires is we are using Alcoa aluminum alloy rims. That is best in class. They look amazing. And to clean them, all you got to do is just a quick wipe down with some soap and water and you're good. Now, this is a good place to store that stinky slinky. So it's a dirty side of camping, and you got to store some of that stuff. So you don't really want to mix that up with your water hoses and whatnot. So right here is a good way to just store that right there. And you'll notice I've got my exhaust for my 2 exhaust pieces right there. This is going to be my sewer drain, so my black and gray will come right out here. It's not even going to be part of this compartment. Right above that's going to be my electric knife valve pieces here. Got my black tank flush, and most of the time you're going to leave this just in autofill. That's just pretty much the only way I ever use it. Whole house water filter. If I need to turn my water pump on, I can do it right here. If I want to get out here and take a shower, maybe I just want to wash my hands after draining those tanks, I can do it with this nice piece right here. And then I have a power hose reel. So this is easy. Once that pulls out, I can just pop that right back in. If you get a little bit of fluid down here, there is a little drain to get that out. And you'll notice, speaking of little fluids, a little bit of blue in there. That is going to be my winterization fluid. So this is winterized. Newmar makes this very easy to winterize. So obviously I can open my drains, let them drain. They're in that open position right now. Get all that water out. And then at this point, all I do is follow the instructions, change these little valves right here, turn that water pump on when this is inside the winterization fluid that I purchased, and it's going to pump it through. And then you need to make sure you go through and turn on all your hot and cold water. And if you follow the instructions, you're winterized. So this is my Onan Quiet Diesel 8,000 watt generator. So you can turn this on from outside or inside. This is Cummins best in class, and you'll notice that I don't have this under that bed. So when you're camping, this is a little bit forward of that bed area, so you don't have to hear it as much. So I can turn that on outside or inside. So there you go, started her up, boom. Best in class. So this is a 50 amp coach. I've got an 8,000 watt generator. I have 1,600 amp hours at 75 amps of AGM batteries right here. I'm sorry, these are 6-volt batteries, and that they are on a little pull-out tray. So you just pop those up, these little safety pieces, and that comes out and you can maintain them how you need to. So start of the show, here's my hydraulic system. So my door is going to be hydraulic, my door steps are going to be hydraulic, as so are my HWH leveling jacks. So if you need to do any maintenance, it's right here. Again, we have these safety cotter pins I can pull out just to lower your maintenance costs, make it a little bit easier for you or your service rep to do. This right here is my Oasis Chinook hydronic heating system. Now this is really a good system because it's a dual loop configuration. It is low pressure, dual loop. It has 2 electric elements, one diesel element. The diesel element goes into a stainless steel instead of just a steel like the other competitor does. And being that this is a low pressure system, it's easier to maintain, there's less maintenance needed, and if you need to fix it, you don't need specialized training or tools to do it. So it's going to use less diesel fuel, produce less exhaust, and be quieter. And they're super efficient. So this is 50,000 BTUs of heat for your hot water and for heating the bays here or your interior space. So now you'll notice on that right, I've got a 2800 watt pure sine Magnum inverter. So that's going to handle all your coach's interior electric needs. And when you don't need that, if you're plugged in, I have a 50 amp 50-foot cord on a power cord reel, and that's attached to my surge guard automatic transfer switch. So that's going to handle the surges that might affect your interior components during if you have bad electricity. Now, I just want to take like a broad look at the coach as we're behind it. You'll notice I've got two more of these little pull-out window awnings, and then right above that you see that one Carefree piece, that plastic piece. That is a slide out topper. So I have a full wall slide here, and then I have two slides on the other side. So it's going to be a 3-slide coach. And doesn't that masterpiece paint finish look gorgeous? So coming forward, oh, and one more thing. All of these windows, they're dual pane tinted safety glass, and they are framed in there, and there's a gusset system that goes around, so they have 100% coverage into the frame, which is going to make the longevity of this coach last decades, as long as you treat it right. So there's my little side view camera right here, little bullet cam. Now right here is going to be a locked area for my two, there's one on each side for my two 50-gallon saddlebag diesel tanks, right? So for that, we talked a little bit about our tank sizes. You got 50 gallons, so it's 100 gallons in total. It's going to be locked. You don't have to worry about anybody messing with that on you. Now you notice when I open this up, got this nice little safety piece here. So if this is open, reflector is going to let people know you're there. And something unique to Newmar, not only are these seats air ride, right? This whole cab is air ride. I call that air squared, but if I had that auxiliary air on, or if I started this up, you could see that going up or down. I also have a pneumatic lumbar adjustment and the seat heat right here. So this is the most comfortable chassis to ride in my opinion. And then we'll get more into what's in there in a little bit. So we talked about the 295s. Well, here we have the Michelin 315s. So just big, bad mama jammas, and they're gonna get you safely where you need to go. Now let's look at this. Now we know it's on the M2 106 because this has this new piece right here, a little bit more stylized. And now you have nice little pneumatic struts that are kind of keeping that open for you. So if you're in there working on it, maybe you're right here and you're just charging that battery up so you can charge it right there. That's your positive and neutral. So you can get in there, charge that up. You don't have to worry about some wind knocking that over on your head. Now, my transmission fluid, oil fluid, dipsticks, you can all access them very easy. My fuel relay module, ECM, fuel filter, water separator right here, dash, or windshield wiper fluid right there. And then check this out. This nice chrome bumper is built to break away, well, not break away, but to break down. So if you hit somebody or someone hits you this way, it's not necessarily automatically going to kill the entire bumper. And that little flange right there is going to help mitigate you shredding this tire too. So it's just one of those things that Newmar does, that Freightliner does, that really makes this a better ride and safer for you and your family. As we're walking around this, you'll see this little line right here. I've got a Diamond Shield paint protection film on the front of this coach. And that's just gonna help if you get any rocks or anything, help mitigate any damage to your that BASF Masterpiece paint finish that looks so good on here. So again, we got more fluids right here that you can access. So we'll give you a whole training on all of that when you get here and pick her up. Now before you drive away, just want to make sure that you just pop these back in. Do that on each side and you're good, as long as you do the rest of it. So these, you have your concave mirror right here, which is going to give you a good view of where your lines are, and if there's any car here that when you're trying to turn. This is going to be heated right here, and then I also have this mirror, which I adjusted this morning, and that's going to give me a straight down view. So if I need to pull in real tight and just use my mirrors, because there's another option on this coach, right? We have that OmniView 360. But if I want to pull in real tight, or let's say that something happened with that camera system, you can still do it and see exactly where you're lining up to. A little flagpole bracket right here. So if you want to display your country colors, your team colors are just welcome to my campsite. Oh, it's gonna kill me. Anyway, that's a hydraulic jack, right? A hydraulic step right there, and it does have a safety feature involved with that. Right here, we have a little screen door, and then a locking mechanism right here. So you can lock that from here or on the inside of the coach. And if we're looking in here, you'll see that these are lit. Now I can keep these steps out when I'm camping, so I have to have that come up and down all the time. But these are lit right here, make it easier. And then I also have, which I don't know anyone else who has this, I have a step cover that comes out all the way. So that way, if you have dogs, cats, or kids, or maybe your grandma, like my grandma, unfortunately, she's 93, she's blind, and I wouldn't want her falling down here. She thought this was the bathroom when I'm driving. So this will come all the way out and lift up, so it makes it into one even piece. So nice little grab handle right here. So, and then I also have a keyless entry with a doorbell. So if your friends are there ready for dinner, they can just hit that. I can also, if I want to go camping or I'm going to the track, I can go ahead and leave my keys in there and lock it. I can lock just my front door, or I can lock all these doors right here, because I do have that upgrade package here. I can lock it here, I can lock it with the keys, I can also lock it with the key fob. So you just have all the options in the world on this. So come on in, join me. So we talked outside about the Bolton graphics. Inside here we have the saguaro decor with the Bermuda glazed cabinets. And I'm putting both of these out at the same time, but you can see that I can access anything that I need to. So if I am at a spot where I can't put the slides out, I can still sit in my theater seats. I can sit in the dinette. I can do any types of dishwashing, cooking, bathroom, and I can get on that king bed back there. So it's really very easy to be able to utilize everything you can't do. A couple things you can't do, like I can't do the dinette in the larger configuration, but I certainly can access what I need to. So coming down here, you'll notice that I have the king size bed, and this is the pillow top mattress. But just look at how beautiful this wood is here. So again, this is the Bermuda glazed maple matte finished. So it's not overly shiny, still very easy to keep clean. But what's interesting is there's a lot of manufacturers out there that don't use full wood, especially, or full hardwood cabinetry. Newmar is not one of them. Newmar is going to have wood throughout. So up here, same wood right here. So I just want you to kind of get a little peek up there. You can store, like if you're gonna have some extra guests or something, you can store some stuff up there, maybe stuff you're not gonna access as much. And pick your shoes off, you can stand on this bed and you can easily see behind that. Here, I guess I should shut that safety lock. So here I have a nice closet right here, tons of space here. I have my safe, so if you have any personal protection or watches or jewelry, you can keep most of that in there. And then if I need to access the washer and dryer area, whether it's for winterization or there's an issue, I can access it by opening this door. I can also access it straight here. So I really have two areas to access this right here. So again, Newmar's tagline is when you know the difference. they know that you need to be able to access things in certain circumstances. So look at this nice Splendid washer and dryer. Remember, that's vented outside. It's just going to dry really quickly compared to one that isn't. And this is all still real hardwood floating panel inserts. So especially this area can get a little bit more humid. Now in Colorado, we like that humidity, but in my home state of Florida, we don't. So if this will allow these panels to expand and contract without breaking this. And then they're also vented right here. And then you have this nice little chain here just to keep it from hitting that fascia right here, so we don't mark that up. Again, Newmar, when you know the difference. So right underneath this, I have a little spot to put my dryer sheets, my pods, or whatever it is that you need to store for your washing and drying. Now turning around, I'm going to turn this light off. It's a manual light. Now you can put a little motion sensor in there. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to pop this open and show you these drawers, because these drawers are actually fairly large. So they're long, I should say. So I have 4 drawers right here. So I could see myself storing like socks, underwear, whatever, right under that. And now these are all going to be on full extension drawer glides and soft touch drawers. While we're here, you can see I have a little storage space here. I also have a little storage space there. But here I don't have to open that bed. I don't have to open the bed on these either. I just wanted to give you the full length. But you can store your lotions, oils. I have 2 USB outlets and a 110 outlet right there. So come in here, you can see very solid bed design right here with these big pneumatic struts. 2 extra leaves for your table. You get about 23 inches of extra spots, of extra space. And then I have 2 matching fold out chairs right there. So coming down here, put nice pillow top mattress, and if you can see, I don't know how easy that is to see. Let me get a little light on that. So right there I have a GFCI outlet, so I can plug in any breathing device that I need to, or phones. I'm going to keep my phone down there, but you can do that. And then if you look right here, I have a little area that I can pass through the wires or the tubes for a breathing device. I can pass it right through. So I have 2 of those pass-through parts right there, and then I have 2 outlets, or 1 outlet with 2 plugs to plug in. On each side of this king-size residential style mattress, I have little windows, so I can open that up. So if I'm staying out in the beach, I might want to hear that, the waves breaking, smell the salt coming through. What a great way to go to sleep or to wake up. So Newmars are very, very quiet because they have so much insulation. So you're probably not going to be hearing much outside at all. So that is going to give you a little opportunity to kind of hear and experience a little bit more where you're at. And if you're over there, why not, right? I do have a day shade on all of these right here. So, and then I also have a night shade to block that sun out. So now sometimes you want to watch something before you go to sleep. So I've got this huge Samsung 4K TV right here, and I am pre-wired for satellite here. There's actually 2 locations for that. I do have an omnidirectional, or I have a high def antenna up there as well. And if you want Starlink, we can put Starlink up there, or whatever it is that you want. You might just want to put a streaming service or streaming device. So I use the NVIDIA Shield Pro. Great. Maybe you have an Apple TV. You can plug that right in here and watch what it is that you want to stream, as long as you have internet capacity or you've saved that. Now on here I have 2 more. And you know, I also want to show you this. So if you look on every single horizontal surface that's in a cabinet, you're going to have this nice padded felt carpeted area, and that ceiling is going to be padded up there. So it's going to minimize noise when you're driving, and it's going to help a little bit with the sliding. So most of the sliding help is going to be helped by just packing it properly, right? I have 6 drawers, and they're all nice and deep, full extension drawer glides, and they're all on that soft close. So I've got 6 of those pieces right here. A little emergency escape area right here. But you notice how that awning is coming, window awning is coming down. So when that sun's coming up in the morning, and if you forgot to close all that, it's not going to blind you in the eyes if you're not up yet. Throughout the coach also, I have areas where I can turn on, like this is my floor heat. So we have floor heat. So if I want the floor heat on, you heard the generator just pop up a little bit, it's going to go ahead and start heating the floor. So I've got 2 zones for that I can heat. I can control that either through the unit. I'm going to show you the multiplex system. I can control it through my phone. I can also control it right here. So if you just don't feel like getting up or getting out, very easy to access all of that. I've got high, medium, and low. And then my lighting is here. Here's your slide out. Now, also we have a privacy door here. So, and this is nice and thick and very well designed to match the rest of the fascia. So, and then if you look here and going straight up the center, that's where my HVAC system is. So I've got 2 15,000 watt BTU Penguin air conditioners up there. The reason we do it this way is because I want that air coming down here, creating a nice convection, especially when my slides are closed. And if I'm driving down the road, especially in Phoenix in the summer, you can still get everything nice and cool without cooling the tops of your slides. Also, how many of you guys are just sick of manufacturers putting in this little travel trailer vent style cooling vents, AC vents? Why not have it look nice and beautiful with this nice design piece? See these nice little speakers? I can control those right there. So if I'm listening to the Sirius XM or if I'm Bluetoothing something up front, I can listen to some nice music and chill out for bed. We talked about that system right here. So this is the KIB system. This is my main system, so I can just get all my lights. I can see my chassis batteries, top off my water, tank heaters. I can turn my front and rear floor heating on. HVAC, I've got the, I guess turn it on first. I have it set to furnace because I had that on earlier. It was a little cold in here. But here we have cool, auto, which most people are going to keep it on auto, heat pump, furnace, and fan. So what's cool about that is I have heat pumps on both of those, and this is my Oasis, so I can have my AC elements on, so it's 1 and 2 on, and I can have my burner on. So I can do either one of those. And then I can adjust each one of my lights here for every single room. I can do all lights on, all lights off for the master, bathroom, bedroom, living room, kitchen, and I can also individually come in here and set those. Auto gen start, there's 2 ways of accessing this. We can access this on that Magnum Pure Sine inverter control panel over the door, or we can do it right here. As you can see, I've already preset this to be 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. for my quiet time. And for my house battery, if it gets under 12.3 volts, I can go ahead and turn that, have that automatically turn on. Same thing for my chassis. So another cool thing is I can also set it for my pets. So if I want to leave my pets in here, I can do that and not worry that if I lose power that the air conditioners are going to go off and then we are going to have problems with our pets, right? So we want to keep our furry friends happy. So if I want to set that to, let's say 75, 78, 80 degrees, if it gets above that, it's going to automatically cycle that generator on, provided it's set up correctly, and make sure your pets are good. All right, let's go into this bathroom. So we'll start right here. So the interior height throughout this coach is 6 feet 11 inches. So pretty big. So with this right here, I got a little extra space up here too. I'm probably with these boots about 6 foot, 6'1". So you can see I've got a lot of extra space up there. I have 2 elements here, a little rain shower element right here, and then I have another piece that I can have up here, down here, or I can just take this completely off just to get clean or rinse those from under bits. Now, we talked about that Oasis furnace that heats this as well, so you get near instant hot water. But we have an aquamizer because every single, I'm going to put this nice teak shower seat down while I'm talking. So every single gallon is really important to us when we're dry camping. So we have 150 gallons. But with this right here, I can put this in the recirculator mode. Now again, only when you're dry camping, because if you've got city city water, it's just going to fill up that freshwater tank. But in a dry camping situation on recirc, it's going to pull the water out of that freshwater tank, bring it through the hydronic heating system, and then bring it into here. When this right here changes color, you know that it is hot, and then you just pop this down, and the only cooler water will be what's in here and then what's in this. So very simple. Nice glass shower right here, so it's very easy to keep clean. And when you're gonna go driving, you want to hear that click just to keep that nice and safe. And then I'll let you get a little look at that seat. Now this is going to be a nice acrylic shower system, so very easy to clean, very easy to maintain. Just a little thin silicone on all the corners and you should be good. Now here we have nice LED lights throughout. Again, remember we talked about that carpeting. We have it here. I've also got the Everest Wi-Fi Ranger with Aspen model. So this is the best in class feature that you have right there. And so you can see you can store your toothpaste, razors and whatnot. Your towels would go good, really good right here. A little place for an extra towel right here. And then down here, I've got place for my toilet paper, keeps it out of the way. And then more storage here. And then I have a nice little drop down. See that chain? Keeping that from injuring itself. And then a nice thick drawer right there. Now here, and this is where I would hook in my central vacuum system. And if I just want to sweep some stuff up, just kick that up, sweep it right in there. You don't have to worry about a dustpan. You'll be sitting on a nice porcelain Dometic toilet right here that has the controls right here. So you can just push those controls. Right above that, you'll see I have it more. I can turn on the lights right here, and then I have my fantastic fan settings. And then at the very top is going to be where my fuses, power panel circuit breakers, and everything is nicely labeled. So let's move over to this side. So I have another door right here when someone's in there, and then I also have another door right here. So I have 3 sliding pocket doors all the way around there. If you just want to have a little extra room, you can shut that door right there and just access this whole area without having to have the whole world see you. So this is great. We talked about for your families. Maybe you've got some grandkids who'd like to go camping with you. You just want to have a little extra room for them when they're here. So you'll notice I have these nice MCD shades, day and night. I have them displayed there. Windows in each one. These are jalousie style windows, very easy to open. And then this right here is a dimmable, so I can go with this, or I can just go with a cool blue. Looks pretty neat. And right here, I have a 110 and 2 USB outlets with a little phone holder, whatever you want to put in there. Comfortable little mattress right here. And then on this side, I have a 19-inch screen that you can kids can watch or adults can watch what they want. And again, another 110. Everything that we saw here is down there. And then this right here, I have this set up. This comes out, and you'll notice this 250-pound capacity, but I have 2 pieces here and they have nice felt on both sides. When you're driving, keep that up there so that way you can get in and out of your bathroom. Now, for when your kids or friends are with you, you have a little extra space for them. All the doors you're going to see, drawers on this are going to be push it in, then pull it out. So full extension drawer glide, so they can store, roll up their socks, shirts and whatnot in there. And then they have more storage back there, plus a little hanging space as well. When you don't have any kids or any guests with you, this is also a good pantry extension piece. This is also manual, so I'll just turn that off. Come in here, and we are coming into my favorite area now. So again, these push in, pull out, full extension, so I can get my cans, my pasta, my rice, cereal, whatever it is that I want to store in there, and have a lot of space for that. These are also adjustable, so if you need to adjust one higher or lower, you can do that. Whirlpool, same exact one I have in my house. I'm sure you guys have heard that. So you can do steaming your food in here. This isn't connected to a water source. You just put the water in there. You can do air frying, which, man, put those wings in there, air fry them, and they're good to go. Soften your butter, whatever. It's easy to do. Large So very simple to operate this right here. So this basically gives you oven capabilities and microwave capabilities and air frying capabilities. So we're doing great here. So, well, before I do that, just notice how much space that we have here. So a little bit less space because we have this, but still plenty of space to do what it is that you need to do. Most of the time we're prepping food, we're not cooking it, so I can utilize any of this counter space that I need. Now when it is time to start cooking that food or prepping it, I have on the bottom of each of these, I have a nice little cutting board, so my cutting is going to be super easy right there. Here we're going to have our true induction cooktop. I can set the exact temperature on this. I can also set the time on this, so I can even do slow cooking recipes if I want. For water boiling, you can set that at 220. It's going to boil super fast, more efficient than gas, quicker than gas, and you can take this out and cook outside with that. So very nice system. Now I did have a person ask me, well, how do I keep this from getting scratched? Well, because this is using magnetic coil, you can put a piece of silicone, a silicone piece. They make them. You can get them wherever you like to shop at, and it just sticks right on there. Put your pot or pan on there, and you're not going to scratch it, and that silicone piece isn't going to get too hot. So let's pop these back where they go, and then right under this, I have a nice little storage area. So currently we have our bunch of our remotes and whatnot, but with this, you're going to put your silverware, anything like that. I've got some extra paint samples right here for you. So if you do get a little rock chip or something, you just look to see which one that is. If these dry out in several years, 10 years or so, you can just order more of those. So they're here. And if you lose that, they're in another spot. Those beautiful awnings you saw, they're all remote control as well. So you can do that. And then here I have a nice dishwasher in a drawer. This is a Fisher Paykel, top of the line, very efficient on, you can see it's got blue on it because we have to run it with the winterization fluid. But you can put your pots, your pans, as long as they're capable of that, all that. Even stemware can fit in there, so you can put your wine glasses in there as well. Very efficient, and it's a good, safe way of making sure that your dishes are clean and sanitized. So I've got a bunch of these as well. They're all the same, except this top one's a little bit thinner just because of the way the curve of the countertop is. All soft close if you push it hard enough. And then here I've got storage under this little trash can right here, and a little spot for my scrubbies and my sponges. And those will be used right here. So two nice large stainless steel sinks, nice and deep, so you can go ahead and have one for wash, one for rinse, and just have the whole family involved. And then we have this really beautiful spray and flow fresh and cold water faucet right here, and then a nice window right here. And then I forgot to mention, this backsplash is really cool. It's like a modern glass style, kind of nice and refractive. Here, more storage space, and here, that's your chassis manual and your Newmar manual. You need to read them, but once you read them and you understand them, you can access that online through Noogle. So if you have any questions about that, just give me a call. My number will be at the end. There's those paint numbers again. Newmar Country Club, join them. They're a great resource. Going to be like-minded individuals that are going to take care of you. So we've got our weights and measures right here, but I'm just going to make sure I kind of go over. We are about a 34,300 pound dry weight. GVWR is 41,200 pounds. GC, gross combined weight rating, is 60,000 pounds. You have about 6,900 pounds of net cargo carrying capacity. Measurements on this coat is 40 inch, 11 feet long, 8 feet, 5.5 inches wide on the outside, 6 feet, 11 inches high inside. And then we also have, I think I talked about all the rest of that. So, don't want to forget our 19.7 cubic foot refrigerator and freezer. with an ice maker right there, and then 2 extra pieces here. Now these shelves are adjustable, so you can adjust these as or you have some adjustability here. One thing I really like is if you have something a little bit taller, this piece right here will go down in there, so I can put like a milk or something else there. I've got a air filter and a water filter, in addition to the whole house water filter. Is going to make sure that your water, your tea, or if you're like me, scotch with 2 cubes in it, is going to still taste like what you want. Got 3 drawers in here, so we got the big drawer right here, and then 2 drawers right here on each side. So 19.7 cubic feet, and right above that, my God, look at all that. I have a ton of storage space there as well. And then just to the right of this, on this wall, that's my other fantastic fan, which is right above my cameraman. Over here, we talked about a lot of this already. These are my security lights right here, so this is where I can turn them on and off. My exterior step lights, that'll make that come in until I need it. And then my battery disconnect, entry lock, unlock. I can lock all of my cargo bay doors here, which is one of the ways. Step cover, I can adjust that right here. And then next to that, I've got my engine block heater. So on a cold morning, you want to get that going. So I just pop that on and it's working. And then my patio light right there. This is my wine guard system for TV. This is my Magnum Energy. We talked about this right here. So I was doing a charging since I'm running that generator. But I can actually set my AGS and all this here. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it through the easy graphic user interface. But if for some reason it wasn't working, you can also use this. My Gerard awnings, if I want to bring them all in, just make it on channel 0. And they're all coming in right now. This shows you where my power is, how much I'm getting from getting 35 amps on each leg 1 and leg 2. So I can cycle through that. Bring my slides in, front slides and whole slide there. And then this is going to be my HWH computerized leveling. So it's all automatic. You can also do it manual. If you ever need to do an HWH hydraulic reset, that's where you do it. All right, so come in here. This is probably the most comfortable dinette out there for Super C. This is going to be that Eurobooth dinette. This does extend, like I mentioned, about 22.5, 23 inches right there. Those 2 table leaves go there. The 2 folding chairs go here. So you can have the family sitting here, your friends sitting here. Additional storage space under both of these right here. And you'll notice that this has nice double stitching on all this fabric right here. And then I'm going to put this down real quick and show you something. So I can sit here and, watch Good Morning America while I'm drinking my coffee. Or if I have some friends in, I can be sitting the other way. I can look out, see. The reason I'm here camping isn't to watch TV, right? It's to look out and see the beauty of our world, or see the races going by. So lots of wind can come through here, so I can open 4 windows right here, and I've got that nice awning, or that little window awning right there. Plenty of light, 2 outlets on each side, plus 2, or so an outlet on each side, plus 2 USB A chargers. I can sit just like this in a nice chase mode and just relax. I can talk to my guests in front of me in these comfortable theater seats, and I can also talk to my guests here because both of these chairs do turn around. Speaking of chairs doing cool things, if I'm sitting here and I am watching that movie, well, I don't have to get up too far because I can just open that TV up right here. And then this opens up and it reclines pretty nice. And there's a USB charging port right there. So not only can I watch TV, I can also be serving the internet because that's what half of us do anyway. 2 little stainless steel cup holders, and then check this out. I'm going to keep my remotes here, and a lot of us guys like it a little bit cooler than the women. Sometimes it's reversed, but here is a good place to keep a blanket or 2, right? So whatever you want to put there, you do get a little sliding tray right there. Really nice. Again, nice storage up here. I've got a mat that goes right up here, so it keeps it looking nice, and it's color coordinated with all the other stuff. I've got 1, 2, 3 more windows here. So I have 4 windows in total on this side, 4 windows on that side. Right above this, when we have that TV out, I have this nice Bose sound bar here. Now I could also just Bluetooth directly into that and jam out. Here I've got more storage area. So this middle area is going to be connecting. If you do put satellite or Starlink or something up there, that'll be connected to that. Got multiple outlets in there, but you can see everything is already pre-wired to make that easy for you. So you might ask, what is this extra piece here? Well, I have a steel bar for support on this, plus additional insulation. So that way, if your slide is out and it's really hot or cold, not only is this slide not going to sag in the middle like some other brands have, it will also keep you nice and warm or cool, depending on what your preferences are. Little storage area right here. And then coming over here, we're going to get to the front cab area. But before we do that, let's go ahead and look in here. So I've got storage here, storage here. Now this is talking about the JBL. I have a 180 watt sound system with a subwoofer. So this is if you want to activate that Sirius XM. And then here is your Superstar representative. So that's Darian. This is your Noogle. So you want to set up an account on Noogle. That's going to tell you all about your system. And then Newmar, if you need to order parts, you can just call us for that, but you can also do that directly with Newmar. More storage here, and here I have my universal toll module accessory on that, so that's pretty cool. And then I have more storage here. So right here I have more storage, but what I've put in this, it wasn't another one, is going to be the blackout shade that's going to clip right around here. So, and then right here we talked about that JBL sound system. These are my subwoofer right here, so you're going to really get to experience that. Now you're wondering what this is, because you don't see that on all of them. This right here is where the front of the coach has got its air ride chassis, and it's moving. This is air ride back here, but this chassis is going to really give you the most comfort. So let's go ahead and turn around and check out what we've got. So in previous models, there was a different way of doing this, but on the M2 I can just hit this little lever and I can telescope or tilt this wherever I want. So getting in, it makes it a little easier to do it that way. Right here I have a battery boost. So if my house battery or my chassis battery is too low to initiate, let's say the generator or the engine, I can go ahead and just push this, and it's gonna basically give yourself a jump. Okay, so that's pretty cool. That window is open, so I'll shut that. Now looking at my dash, I can access anything on my dash right through here, so I can do all that. Engine maintenance, I'm not going to waste too much time on this, but I can see again about 6.4 gallons on this, which probably about what you're going to get. It might be a little bit lower because we do a lot of shorter driving here from one area to the next. I can set my cruise control on this, resume, extend, I can answer my phone and all that. So let's talk about, this has the Detroit Assurance Safety Package on that. That is going to give me object detection, active brake assist, so it's going to apply up to 50% of the brakes if it does experience somebody in front of you that is brake checking you, or just there's an accident about to happen, it's going to start applying that brakes. It has pedestrian detection, automatic on-off lights. It also has the intelligent high beams. So if I have the high beams on, the car comes by, it sees that car, turns them on standard beam, then turns it back to high when it's safe. Automatic rain sensors on this, so that it's pretty nice, and it also has the lane detection warning system. Tire pressure monitoring system as well. I've got the Allison 6-speed transmission, so this is, you can see it right here. So I've got 6 speeds on this. I can adjust that manually or automatically, and then I also can set the engine brake on this as well. So this has a 345-inch wheelbase, so it's going to really drive really nice. My hazards are right here. I can turn my footwell on or off right here. Lane detection warning. This will give me a 15-minute of no lane detection warning. So if you're on like a squirrely mountain road, and there's no one else around and you just don't want to deal with that, you can just hit that there. Automatic traction control right here. You don't really, so if you ever go into shutdown mode, let's say you didn't put any diesel exhaust fluid or something you forgot, you can actually override that to drive a little bit faster until you get to a safe place to pull over. I can start my generator right here. My antenna, my wine guard antenna is up. It's going to let me know. I can put my shade up or shade down. I forgot to mention that. I got a beautiful window right there, so if you want to look at the moon or the starlight, you can do that. If you're driving in a hot summer day, I'm just going to keep that down, but I can control that right here where I need to control it, or maybe that sun's just coming straight on me. I can do that. My dock lights that we showed you out there, right there, I got my cab ceiling lights, and then I have my differential lock. So if you're in a squirrely situation with some sand, maybe you're dropping that boat off in the lake and it's a little bit algae, you can go ahead and lock your differential there, and that's going to help you. Suspension dump, if you're hooking into that trailer that you need to, or you just want to get a little bit lower to get into a lower area, you can dump that rear suspension right there. And now we talked about, you have your radio. I have a navigation system in this right here, so get you to where you need to go, help you find fuel. But what I really like about this, there's your Sirius XM. You can Bluetooth directly into that, but check this out. When I get to my cameras, I've got all my different camera options right here. That is, if I want to look straight down at my hitch, it's going to give me that look. But now I can get my 360 view, so when I'm driving it, I can get my 360 and see exactly where I'm at. It doesn't look right because I got the slides out. You're obviously not driving with the slides out, and if you are, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Right now I can actually just control my camera settings and options through this, so I can cycle through the different camera settings, so you can see you have a lot of opportunities there. So again, I would like to thank you for joining me. I just want to make sure I didn't forget anything here. I think I covered everything, so that's pretty cool. So we are on a 2024 Newmar Superstar 4065. I'm at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. My name is Chris Capper. Please give me a call. You can reach me at 813-333-2988. Not only will I make sure that I give you this much attention and more to help you out, but we have literally some of the best diesel mechanics in the country. We have some of the best motorhome mechanics and technicians in the country. We are award-winning service, very highly rated. So please give me a call. Me and Transwest will take care of you. Happy trails.